Cowboys, currently sitting at 5-4. Sean Lee, of course, we heard the news on him. Tyron Smith was out. We don't know when Zeke's coming back. So what's the level of concern when it comes to the Cowboys and that playoff push, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, it's big concern. Okay. I mean, obviously, Sean Lee, obviously the protection. But Zeke, man, I mean, he's a game changer. And not having Zeke around is hurting this team. He saw show up this past week.
Absolutely. Reggie, what do you think about the concern when it comes to the Cowboys and that second season, man?
Well, you know, you heard what head coach Jason Garrett said, them playing without Sean Lee. It just hasn't happened. This is the quarterback of this defense. They need to find a way to make plays without him. I mean, with Sean Lee this season, they're 5-1. Without him, 0-3. I mean, they're not getting any takeaways. They just seem like they're just not lined up in the right place. A lot of missed tackles. A lot of guys that just seem like they're confused out there. I mean, with Sean Lee, they got 10 takeaways. Without him, only 2. They need to find ways, especially without Ezekiel Elliott available. You need to find ways to create turnovers, to give that offense more possessions.
Reggie, he's a heavier linebacker. So he shows up in the run game. He can take on guards. You know what I mean? When I see Jalen sometimes in the middle of the defense, he's a little lighter. So he's not as more of that run thumper as Sean Lee. They're going to miss this guy, man. He's a playmaker.
It's one thing like when we went up to the board and Ike said about Luke Kuechly, about him being the quarterback of that defense, getting guys situated, putting them in the places that they need to be in, watching all the film, knowing where plays are going and knowing where guys need to be. That is Sean Lee to this defense. He is the motor that keeps that train going. So they need to find some kind of way to make plays without a Sean Lee and find ways to get that offense the ball.
Sean Lee is to the Dallas defense as Earl Thomas is to the Seattle. Different positions, but when it comes to that air traffic controller, that's what Sean Lee is for Dallas.
Yeah, he definitely is, and I think Reggie just hit it on the head. But I'm going to talk about as far as like Sean Lee being the Luke Kuechly towards the Dallas Cowboys defense. He's the quarterback, of course, but without Ezekiel Elliott, this team is hard to deal with. The reason why is because now for your play-action pass game, it's not as of a threat without Ezekiel Elliott. And I would like for Miss Aisha, one of our producers, to run a tape. And the reason why Ezekiel is so effective is on a play-action pass, the windows are open. The linebackers tend to suck up. The windows get open for the wide receivers. Now you see Witten catching ball. You see Dez Bryant coming over. When you don't have a guy like Zeke in the building, Alfred Morris, respectably, he had over a few thousand yards, but he's not Ezekiel Elliott.
And he gives you nothing in the passing game.
He's not Ezekiel Elliott. So when you have a guy, I know if I'm a defensive coordinator, the first thing I'm coming into on these win days meetings, how do we stop Zeke? So now you got to look at it, how do we stop Dak? And once you find a way to stop Dak, I don't know if you're going into a meeting saying, how do we stop Alfred Morris? How do we stop Darren McFadden? How do we stop Ryan Smith? Now the things have turned, the table has turned. You're saying, how do we stop Dak Prescott?
This is what Dak wanted.
Until they get the running game started, it's going to be tough for Dak to be Dak. Dak needs Zeke, is what I'm saying.
Well, Dak Prescott, of course, he has high aspirations for himself when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, hoping one day he can win an MVP like Cam Newton. The winner of tonight's game is Carolina Panthers taking out the Miami Dolphins. And Cam, as always, colorful with his post-game outfit. He's addressing the media. Let's listen in.
Well, we just wanted to come out and impose our will. You know, we had an extra day of preparation. We had a great week of practice. But above all, man, we wanted to come out and play Panther football. That's protecting the football. I threw a lackluster ball early on that ended up being incomplete. But, you know, for us, coming out each and every play, you know, and having that mentality that we want to maximize each and every opportunity that we do get.
What was it like in the last couple of weeks that Jonathan's had, seeing him break out a little bit, break off some long runs?
Well, it was great. It was great. You know, I can kind of sense, or not just me, but you know, guys was just sensing that, you know, he was kind of down and low. So for him to come out, I think he had 110, 115 yards, man. It was big for not only him, but, you know, for everybody else, just getting, for him getting confidence in himself, and for the people who never who never, you know, doubted his talents, man. It's just good for him, knowing how much work that he puts in, the strenuous stress that he puts on his body, you know, going inside those tackles, playing selflessly in pass protection, man. So for him to come out today was a big deal for us.
You told us this week you wanted to get this offense up to kind of the level of the defense and their high ranking. Was tonight a good start, and how satisfying was it?
Well, it was. It was extremely well for us, to put up those type of points. Yards will come, but, our job is to, put up points. And, for us to get that done, especially in front of our home field, it does us a good service.
And these two things kind of go hand in hand, but how much better do you play when you're having fun? Because it looked like you had a lot of fun.
Really? Felt fun. Yeah, but
the way the offense has struggled with the running game, and that's what y'all want to do, what does it feel like? 2 straight weeks, first time ever, 200 yards rushing, back-to-back games.
Well, I mean that's really good. Those are great accolades. But I feel as if that we're still scratching the surface. With our potential and things that we can do as a whole in this offense. We still left a lot of plays out there. And we'll get them corrected, knowing that just trusting in the plan, trusting in our ability, and trusting in the coach's execution, or our execution with the coach's plan. That's just some of the certain things that we're capable of.
And to follow that, you do that heading into a bye week. Everybody wants a late season bye week, but the way you're playing, do you wish you were playing next week, or are you welcome in the
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I got to take Kira to school, get her some cupcakes and some pizza for her class. So I look forward to that. And we got, family pictures.
You said last week you sent something special with this team. What do we see tonight that kind of supported what you said?
Well, guys just flying around making plays. And one play that stood out was, even though the scoreboard, was what it was, later on in the game, guys were still focused and had that laser focus, and that's what you want to see. That play there at the end, everybody marveled or gave me credit on the sideline for the throw, but more importantly, it was just fun, me and him being on the same page and things that we practice on constantly, and for it to come into, just like we named it in the game, man, and that's big time for us. So just having great characteristics, good DNA as champions, man, and just keep moving forward.
On the long run, did you think you were going to get caught, or did you think you were going to?
That's embarrassing. That's extremely embarrassing. But I'm going to say this, man. One of my best friends, Deshaun Lawrence, has been jinxing me for years. He said that I don't have in my repertoire or my skill set to break a 50-yard plus touchdown. And all I kept thinking while I was running, I was hoping that one of the Dolphins players, preferably the DB who tackled me, would just slip up, just trip, something. I just wanted to score for him, and I didn't do it. And the first thing I do when I get back to my locker is a text message from Deshaun saying, "I told you so." There wasn't enough explicit emojis in my options to send them because he was right, but hopefully I do get that done so I can send him a text message after that. But it was fun, man. I got a lot of ridicule after that. The best one I heard was a couple guys came over and said, DA could have scored on that one, but yeah, DA gave me some crap after that touch of gray in his hair, but it is what it is.
What was that celebration? Was that like Steph Curry shimmy on the ground?
Well, Mario Van Peebles just called. He found the lead for Posse 2. I don't know if that was an 11-gallon hat or a 10-gallon hat on Cam, but he did have a season high in passing touchdowns and rushing touchdowns.
Who are you as? Hey, Cam. Hey, listen. Hey, Cam, how you doing, man? How you feeling today, man? Huh?
I mean, it's pretty much, it's about this is what I did today.
How many times you use "I" in a press conference, brother?
I be doing a lot on the field. I make all the plays. I I throw all the touchdowns. I'm a running back also. It's all about the I. It pretty much I'm the I because I'm the guy.
Yeah, he didn't have enough emojis to express his exact sentiments, but we'll talk about Cam Newton and what he did in this game against the Miami Dolphins. Reggie, we're gonna see what you had to say, because I know you wanted to get a point across there, but still much more to come right here. But in the meantime, let's move things along, if you guys don't mind. Dave Damashek, he's going to keep things moving right here, because that brown paper bag of shame, it's coming right around the corner. You know